Though it was never said, I have a sneaky feeling, and have had most of my life, that my mother Claire had first of all set her cap at Archie. And when he was killed on the Western Front, Dad, Bruce, more or less stepped into the breach, as it were. Dad was a gentle, kindly man, born to follow rather than lead. Mum was our driving force. I'd like to think that I'm cast in my father's mould, but somehow I feel there's an overlay of Mum's extravagant, organising and extroverted persona. It's a rather uncomfortable amalgam at times. Dad loved to sing, not just Scottish songs, but Irish ballads too. And here's one that I learned at his knee. Have you heard the fill the fluter of the town of Ballymuck? The times were going hard with him, in fact the man was broke. So he just sent out a notice to his neighbours one and all, as how he'd like their company that evening at a ball. And when writing out, he was careful to suggest to them that if they found a hat of his convenient to the door, the more they put in whenever he requested them, the better would the music be for bothering the floor. With the toot of the flute and the twiddle of the fiddle, oh, hopping in the middle like a heron on a griddle. Oh, up, down, hands around, crossing to the wall. Oh, hadn't we the gaiety at Phil the Fluted Ball? There was Mr. Dennis Docherty who kept the running dog. There was little crooked Paddy from the Tirralocket bog. There were boys from every barony and girls from every art, and the beautiful Miss Brady's in a private ass and cart. And along with them came bouncing Mrs. Cafferty. Little Mickey Mulligan was also to the fore. Rose Suzanne and Margaret O'Rafferty, the flower of Adramgullion and the pride of Ethrabor. With the toot of the flute and the twiddle of the fiddle, oh, hopping in the middle like a heron on a griddle. Oh, up, down, hands around, crossing to the wall. Oh, hadn't we the gaiety at Phil the Fruiter's Ball? Then little Mickey Mulligan gets up to show them how, and then the widow Cafferty steps out and makes her bow. I can dance you off your feet, says she, as sure as you were born. If you'll only make the piper play, the hare was in the corn. So Phil plays up to the best of his ability. The lady and the gentleman begin to do their share. Faith and Mick, it's you that has agility. Begorra, Mrs. Cafferty, you're leaping like a hare. With the toot of the flute and the twiddle of the fiddle, oh, hopping in the middle like a heron on a griddle. Oh, up, down, hands around, crossing to the wall. Oh, hadn't we the gaiety at Phil the Fruiter's Ball? Then Phil the Fluther tiptoeing to little crooked Pat. I think it's nearly time, says he, for passing round the hat. So Paddy passed the cobbin round and looking mighty cute, says she got to pay the piper when he tooths on the flute. So all joined in with the greatest joviality, covering the buckle, the shuffle and the cut. Jigs were danced of the very finest quality, but the widow bet the company at handling the foot. With a toot of the flute and a twiddle of the fiddle, oh, hopping in the middle like a heron on the griddle. Oh, up, down, hand around, crossing to the wall. Oh, hadn't we the gaiety at Phil the Fluter's Ball? After the war, my dad, Bruce, returned to the family farm. Grandfather was 72 by then and ready to retire. And with William gone, Dad was the only one of the second or third family left to inherit and take over the farm. So he moved in, he married my mother in 1922, and they settled down to grow wheat and oats and barley and potatoes and turnips, neeps. But his heart really wasn't in it. And at age 30, he, no doubt encouraged by Mum, decided to emigrate. They arrived with my sister Wilma in Napier in 1927. Mum had a New Zealand-born cousin already married and settled in Napier, so they became very much our early Kiwi anchor, I remember as a small child. But I happened to Mum in 1929, early 29, just a few months before the Wall Street crash. So there's never been any suggestion of cause and effect. But Mum tells me that I sang my first song in tune at the age of 3 in 1932, and it was top of the pops that year, and many of you will know it. When it's springtime in the Rockies, I'll be coming back to you, little sweetheart of the mountains, with your bonny eyes of blue, etc. I learned many songs from my dad in those early years. Here's a Will Fife song that's always tickled me. At 3 o'clock this morning, I was running down the street. The neighbours must have thought there was a fire. The policeman was laughing loud when I came back again, for by my side was Dr. McIntyre. And you can come and see the baby any day you care to call. He's lying by his mammy in a wee white shawl. He looks so neat and swanky like a dumpling in a hanky. And we're going to call him William Angus Jemison Jock McCall. Hey, ma dee, ma day, ma do, hey, ma dee, ma laddie-o, we've got a baby in the house, and I am his daddy-o. I sang my first song in public at age 6 at a Sunday school concert. Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf? Helped out by my father from the audience when I forgot the words halfway through. I hope you're still around, Dad, because stick about, I might need you. By the time I was 10, I was singing fairly regularly in the local kids' sessions on the local radio station, the occasional concert, and in the competitions. And one of the judges in the competitions in Napier was Nelson's own Len Barnes, believe it or not. And I still have his judging sheets at home. In the own selection category, I sang Mendelssohn's Spring Song. Can you believe it? An 11-year-old selecting that of his own accord. Little chirpy Selwyn Price sang a real kid's song, and he won the section, and he came out of the hall whooping, "Beat you, Barclay!" I've always remembered that as a good lesson in humility and honesty.